live. So glad you can make it. Today's topic is invest in yourself. Buy some vowels to solve the LinkedIn puzzle. This can save you so much time, trouble, and really put you on a trajectory to much greater LinkedIn success and having a lot more fun doing it. Well, let's get to it. What can you do to invest in yourself? Well, what I always do is I break it down into education, collaboration, and return on time investment. So starting out with education, it makes so much sense to learn before you have to know exactly what to do, because by learning, it'll teach you what to do. And what I do is really just go to YouTube, take whatever subject, especially LinkedIn, because you'd be so surprised to see how much limited information there is, but a lot of it is very good. And if you put about an hour into watching YouTube videos, and I also do a lot of Googling, after about an hour, you probably digested about 6 or 7 videos, got to meet some pretty important thought leaders at the same time, gain some information. And what's 1 hour of education worth hours of trying to figure it out on your own and probably never getting there? The other aspect is when I really like somebody's LinkedIn video, I reach out and share that compliment with them. And it lends itself to building a strong relationship. I found it also gets you on the invite list to be on other people's shows and to have other people be on your shows. You know, my LinkedIn Live is just going crazy because I'm getting more and more people who want to do LinkedIn Live and do LinkedIn Live the way I do it. So that's what I suggest. Anything that you're questioning, don't question too long. Type it into YouTube, watch it. There's some great people, you know, that I follow now that have been instrumental in getting me to where I am today. So that's education. And you can also look at, you know, online periodicals and studies, and that'll get you a lot of information. But YouTube and Google are a pretty good start, and most people, they don't take advantage of it. Have a competitive advantage, take advantage of it. So the next element is really collaboration. So what you can learn on your own is important, but what you can learn with others is even more important. You know, there's a theory that you're the factor of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Well, who do you spend the most time with on LinkedIn? And how are they doing? Where are they going? And if they're doing great and going where you want to go, you're on the right track. But if you look around and it's not there, there's as much value to disassociation as there is to association. So replace people, optimize, upgrade the people you interact with. And ultimately, you have to really figure that together you should be able to do so much better, because LinkedIn rewards collaboration. Even on this LinkedIn Live show, if I had another guest, I would have maybe twice the reach, because I would get to be introduced to their network and they would get introduced to mine. If you add more people, you add more audience. You know, there's too many people focus on content and don't focus on projection. I would rather have an audience that, you know, hears and allows me to have quality feedback and then continue to change to them than try to figure it out on my own and assume I know what they want and know how to change with them. So that's key, collaboration. Who do you collaborate with? Again, the people are going places. Primarily, my first indication of qualifying somebody on LinkedIn is going to their activity, right? I don't really care who they are. If they're not active, they're not part of the prospects that I want to work with, because LinkedIn is a 2-step game. You take a step, I take a step. Nobody should have to take 2 steps. So really focus on collaboration for learning. Invest in that. Again, invest in knowledge and invest in people. And ultimately invest in yourself, which is, I keep coming back to this, is getting a quality return on your time investment. Time is all you have, and it's the biggest currency you can use on LinkedIn. And most people don't have any idea what they're doing with their time. If you were working for somebody and putting in 2, 3, 4 hours a day, every day, wouldn't you submit your time card? Wouldn't you expect to get some compensation for it or recognition? Well, if you're working for yourself, first of all, you should be working harder for your dream than building somebody else's. So whatever you used to do for somebody else, do at least as much and maybe more for yourself. Second thing is there's a saying, you can't manage what you can't measure. So just take a simple outline. Don't make it elaborate because you'll probably never even do it then. It just write down, got on LinkedIn at 8 o'clock, signed off at 9:30. Here's what I did. Here's what my expectation was. Here's what I received. What do I want to do tomorrow? And what's so important about understanding that is you start to optimize your time by getting out of non-productive and, most importantly, non-proactive approaches. Because here's what typically happens, and it's, most people aren't aware of it, and I wasn't either till I became aware of it, is that when you go to LinkedIn, what do? You tend to go to who wanted to connect with you, right? Connection request. Who commented on your post? Great. You know, who tagged you? Who what notifications did you get from other people? Well, when you go through all that, you spent the majority of your initial time doing what everybody else asked you to do, and not exactly doing what you should be doing, which is what you should do first. And then if you have the time and interest to go back and see how you can support people who are reaching out to you, then that's the best approach. Again, ask yourself, why? Why am I doing this? What am I going to get from doing this? And what have I gotten from doing this that's going to change continually doing it the same? Again, that's self-education. And that's something that once you get on that track, it's like working out. You get stronger. You get more people involved with you on the collaboration end. You get more knowledge with you on the reaching out and learning from others, and being teachable, being connectable. And again, my rule for connecting, if you wouldn't have a conversation right after having a connection, don't connect. You've already shown a self-limiting approach. And now you're going to waste somebody else's time who doesn't know that there's a limit already on the relationship when it gets started. So hopefully, invest in yourself, just like Wheel of Fortune, buy some vowels, make it easier and make yourself more confident that the puzzle can be solved. And more importantly, once you solve the puzzle, now you're into open space, hopefully. And you've distinguished yourself by all of the activities that you've invested in that now are part of your projection. And that will attract people, because I think the best approach to LinkedIn, and one more thing, go take classes, get a coach. I'm really focusing on business/LinkedIn coaching because my background's really in business. So if you want to really get on a fast track, if you want to work shoulder to shoulder with me, go to doncohenconsulting.com. Check out the new opportunities I'm putting out there, and it'll be an incredible ride. And I look forward to seeing everybody at the top with greater success than you could have ever imagined by doing some simple investments in yourself. Thank you again for the time. Please share it with others. Always open to comments. And with that said, have a wonderful day.